Hello friends and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you some basic mirror work. For that I have stuck this mirror with Fevicol on the cloth. Actually, as beginners this will be easy for you to do. Normally we don't stick the mirror like this, but as a beginner it will be better if you stick the mirror. And I have come out on one side of the mirror. Now I'm going to put the thread down here. I'm going to use this shaded thread. It's shaded blue and white with sky blue in between. What I'm doing now is making the basic frame for the mirror work. So I have done these two parallel lines. I hope you can see the parallel lines that I have done. Now I'm going to make two more parallel lines in the other orientation so that we get a frame for the mirror. To work the mirror, we need to have a basic frame. Otherwise it will be difficult to hold the mirror in place. So which is why this frame is being made first. Now here, if you noticed, there are two lines here, one line here. Now I'm going to put the thread from underneath this one and then go down just to make it tight. Now this is a small mirror, so actually this much is sufficient, but if the mirror is large, you can also repeat the same steps again so that you get a more strong, a more firm frame. Or you can also put extra lines like how I'm going to do, if you can see, so that you get a very firm frame to work with. And don't worry if it is symmetrical or not, because once we work on top of it, it is not going to be visible, so no problem. I'm just showing you this entire frame which can be used if the mirror is big. So it doesn't matter if you use it when the mirror is small also, but if it is big you will definitely need it. Okay, so my frame is done. If you can see the frame is done. Now what I'm going to do is I'll continue working on the mirror. So wherever I have put the thread down, I'm going to bring it out close to it. So I have brought it out here. Now to attach the mirror to the frame, to the fabric, what we do is we have to go from under this and do a buttonhole stitch. So here I'm going under, the thread is going like this under the needle, and I do a buttonhole stitch. Now simple would be to continue the buttonhole stitch and make a ring, but I'm going to use the herringbone also, and so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I will be using the herringbone stitch as well as the buttonhole to fix the mirror. Just adding one more stitch to it. There are several ways of attaching the mirror. There is one with the chain stitch also, which is also very simple, which I will show you in the future videos. But right now I'm showing you this one, where I'm using a combination of the buttonhole as well as the herringbone stitch. Now because the thread is white, it may be slightly difficult for you to see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to change the angle of the camera. So basically you do a buttonhole around the frame that we have done first, and then do a herringbone outside. A buttonhole here. When we put the needle in and take the thread from underneath the needle, we are doing basically the buttonhole stitch. And when we are doing this extension outside, we are doing the herringbone stitch. Now this stitch I have learned from my grandmother many years ago, and I have used it on kurtas, and I've used it on saris before. Unfortunately, I haven't kept any sample with me. So this one also I'm doing on a kurta now. You can use it on your bags if you have a nice lovely potli bag. You can do this stitch and use bright colors, red, yellow, orange, and work this stitch with the mirror on your bag, and it will look absolutely fabulous. Okay, I need to put the thread in the needle, so I'll do that and come back. Okay, so I'll put the thread back in my needle. And for this, one more tip that I forgot to give you in the beginning is that it is good to always take a longer thread for working the mirror, so that you don't have to change it in between. If you take a small length of thread for doing the mirror work, you will have to change it in between, and then it may not be very comfortable to do that. So it is best if you can use a long thread. And in case you run out of thread, there's no problem, you can always put the thread back and do the remaining. Okay, now here, since I'm finishing it off, I'm putting the needle down, and my basic circle is complete. Now I'm going to add another circle here. Just a minute, I need to get this cross. So I'm just adding one more stitch to it so that I get it. Yeah. So now it is complete, and what I'm going to do now is I'll bring the needle out here. The needle is out. Now if you see, you will notice that the spokes have these 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 like this. So what I'm basically going to now do is I'm going to pass the needle from underneath these two. I hope you can see what I'm doing, these two, and take a buttonhole, and then work a herringbone on this outside big circle. So that is why I had drawn two concentric circles here. And this herringbone I'm going to do at a little bit of a distance. I'm not doing it very close like I did the first round. I'm going to do it at a distance. So every time you pass the needle from below these two spokes and take it here. Now instead of doing the herringbone on the outside, you can also try a variation and you can do the chevron on the outside. That is also okay. It is all your choice. So once you know the basic stitches, you only have to use your creativity to find the best combinations that you can use. So I'm using the herringbone here, but I suggest that you can also give it a shot by using the chevron. So for chevron you'll have to do something like this. I'm not going to try it here. I'll do a separate video on that, how to do the chevron. So any stitch which you work in a circle can be used when you are doing the mirror work. So now it is up to your creativity as to which stitch you are going to use in combination with the buttonhole. Buttonhole is common because you will need to work with the frame. Only then the mirror is going to stay tied. I had finished my thread, and so I again put the new thread in the needle, and I went ahead and finished the remaining of the circle. And so here you can see how the mirror work is done using the herringbone stitch. So you can put comments in the comment section if you want to see any other variations of the mirror work. I hope you like this video, and I hope you will use the mirror work in some of your projects. Thank you for watching.